Know that, and we'll give you an introduction.
Oh, I'm all squared away, Coach.
All right, let's give our speaker our undivided attention.
Let's be honest. Life is a drag. And that doesn't mean it has to be the bad kind, though. In fact, we only take control of that life and the drag and become drag queens. And I'm going to teach you today how to turn yourself or anyone else into a drag queen. I myself have been doing drag for years and studying for even more. I've also been in contact with local drag queens who perform locally. And this could go whether you're a male or female, just as long as you want a strong female persona and appearance. And there are many ways and steps that I could share with you on how to transform yourself to a proper drag queen, while I'll be sharing three. The first is contouring, the second is tucking, and the third is wearing wigs. Now the first one, when it comes to contouring, some of you may recognize that who do makeup, or even do it but not to the extent that drag queens do it in. What is contouring? It's basically the idea of reshaping your face with lighter shades and darker shades of your skin. For example, let's say you want to make your cheeks look more feminine and out there. You put the lighter shade on the top, so that way it looks more like light reflecting on it, because it's all about dimensions and contrast. And you create some more contrast in the shadow, you put the darker shade underneath, and then just blend it out and make it look more natural. And what drag queens usually take advantage of when it comes to contouring is their cleavage. And you may think, it can actually be deceiving and believable. But here is a man with just his plain chest. Nothing unusual. Here's the same man with the 5 minutes of contouring and a bra and a wig. And you can already see the breast illusion with just a couple minutes. And can you imagine like a drag queen that's more experienced, more polished, and takes more time and not as much emphasis on their breasts? Then you can imagine how extreme the illusion can be. Also, to my second step, tucking, which also brings in an illusion, because no drag queen should stick to the regular hair. And when it comes to wearing wigs, well, if you look for securing wigs, you'll see mine has combs in the front. And these combs are made just for securing, and I'm probably not going to reapply mine for today since it takes a while for it. And also, what separates bad wigs from quality wigs is this front part, the lace. Because bad wigs won't have the lace, and you'll be able to see the wefting and the regular part of the wig cap, which is really unflattering and unattractive. And lace is supposed to be to blend in with your regular skin tone, so that way it looks more natural and looks like a regular root. Also, there are two types of wigs. There are human hair and there is synthetic hair. Human hair is extremely expensive and it's boring because it looks like regular human hair. It's like $500 per regular boring wig, and we don't want that. So drag queens typically stick to synthetic hair, and it's not at all treated like a regular human hair wig. For example, you do not brush from the top of the wig, you brush from the bottom. Why? Because synthetic hair is very prone to tangling and knots, like mine already has a couple. And if you brush from the top, then you'll just tighten the knots, and you'll end up with a rat's nest at the top. Also, you do not treat synthetic hair with regular shampoo or conditioner. You could use a variety of things. I use rubbing alcohol, I used Murphy's oil soap, which is actually something that drag superstar RuPaul came out about, that she comes out with, uses her wigs as Murphy's oil soap, and it's actually used on cars. So it shows that the variety of different things you can use on wigs, because some of them are plastic, some of them are just fabric. It's a different variety. Some people even use like laundry detergent. And on to my third step when it comes to illusions, is tucking. And what is tucking? Well, think, if you're a male and you have a penis and testicles, you probably don't want the bulge showing while you were in drag. So we're going to get rid of it without any operations, without any surgery. I have someone to straight that for you. But to understand tucking, you first need to understand the penis anatomy. So here are the testicles. We need to get rid of any chance of them being there in the general area. So there's a small cavity running in between the rectum and the bladder. And that actually goes up to your upper pelvis. And when the testicles are fully developed, that's where they drop when you hit puberty. That cavity is still there. So drag queens take advantage of this cavity. They push the testicles up into the cavity and they leave it there. That's leaving nothing but the skin of the sac underneath. But then you have the penis. So you pull it in between your legs, holding the sac in place. Therefore, if you keep your penis in this position, the sac and the testicles will not fall out. So, but how do you keep your penis in between your legs at all times? There are two main ways. There is A, duct tape, which many don't recommend unless you're very safe and careful on how you take it off, like use lotion and water and such. Or B is a gap, which is pretty much underwear that has padding and then it You pull it up, and then it's supposed to be tight, and keep your penis in place so that there's no room for it to reposition and your tech won't fall out. With that said, I have now went over my 3 main steps to do drag and transform yourself or anyone else. Again, these 3 steps include A, contouring, B, wearing wigs, and C, tagging. Because no matter who you are, your life will be a drag. That doesn't mean it has to be a bad kind. It could be a beautiful one or an extreme one, but most of all, it'll be a glamorous one.
We learned so much in speech class. Not only how to give speeches, but how to do lots of stuff.